1859, a French Egyptologist named Théodule de Verrier provided the first scholarly evaluation of the Book of Abraham. The focus of de Verrier's critique was 3 illustrations, or facsimiles, that Joseph Smith copied from the Egyptian scrolls and published as part of his Book of Abraham. Below each of the facsimiles, Joseph provided his explanations of their meanings. According to Joseph, facsimile 1 depicts an idolatrous priest about to slay Abraham on an altar. The scene is specifically referred to in the text of the book itself.
And it came to pass that the priests laid violence upon me, that they might slay me also, as they did those virgins upon this altar. And that you may have a knowledge of this altar, I will refer you to the representation at the commencement of this record. Book of Abraham, chapter 1, verse 12.
But de Verrier noticed that there was something wrong with the pictures. They closely resembled scenes he had come across numerous times in common Egyptian burial documents. But Smith, according to de Verrier, had completely misidentified the characters and the scenes. In facsimile 1, Smith labeled the standing figure on the left as a priest, knife in hand, attempting to slay Abraham. In reality, said de Verrier, this is the Egyptian god Anubis, assisting the resurrection of a deceased Egyptian. Anubis was also drawn incorrectly. He should have been pictured with the head of a jackal, not the head of a man.
The god Anubis, who should have a jackal's head, effecting the resurrection of Osiris. Théodule de Verrier, 1859.
You would never imagine, as an Egyptologist, that the god, the black god on the left of this scene, had anything but a jackal's head. That's just normal.
Joseph Smith had explained another of the illustrations in the Book of Abraham, called facsimile 3, as Abraham, seated on Pharaoh's throne, lecturing the royal court on matters of astronomy. But again, de Verrier said Joseph's explanation was completely wrong. Facsimile 3 was also a rendition of a common scene from Egyptian burial documents, depicting a deceased man being led into the presence of Osiris, the Egyptian god of the underworld.
The deceased led by Mat into the presence of Osiris. His name is Horus, as may be seen in the prayer which is addressed to the divinities of the 4 cardinal points. Théodule de Verrier, 1859.
Joseph said the characters above the man's hand identify him as Shulam. In actuality, the hieroglyphics give his name, Horus. There is no mention of Shulam at all.
De Verrier's initial analysis of facsimile 3 is accurate. It is the result of the judgment scene in which the deceased Horus is being brought into the presence of Osiris.